My name is Sergio da Silva. I was born in Mozambique, lived in South Africa for a few years. That's where I met the Lord. And we have now moved to Ireland. I remember this one time in our lives where I was caught up in getting bigger houses and more cars, and because the Lord was blessing us, we could feel the Lord's hand upon us, and so I started overspending, and it came to a point where the bank manager came to me and called me in and said, "Look, we will have to make a few changes in your life. If you don't pay us back all this money that you have that you overspend, then we will take away everything that you have." We stood to lose our house, our cars, hundreds of thousands that we had invested in property. We had 3 teenagers in the house at the time. We would have literally find ourselves on the streets. In the short term, we were over 20,000 in credit card arrears, and that's what the bank was calling in. And also the fact that we weren't paying all of our accounts on our house, which was worth hundreds of thousands. And so he told us that we needed to pay it back, or else they would take it away. Being a Christian and knowing that God is with us and that God is there to help us, I went and I prayed and I asked Him for His help. And I said, "Lord, give us a strategy, show us what can we do." During our time of prayer, and we believe that God spoke to us in our hearts, and He showed us. I needed to take our salaries, both mine and my wife's, put them together, make the payments that we needed to make to keep the bank happy. Then we would take the remaining of the money and we would buy 1 week's groceries, food enough for our family for 1 week. Then with the remaining of the money, which was very little then, we would give to the church as a sign of trust and an offering to the Lord and of faith, and we would give it to the church. Nobody knew what we were going through. Our pastors didn't know, our friends didn't know. We kept it to ourselves because we also wanted to see what God would do. We began month by month to follow exactly what God had told us. And we found ourselves, after the first week of groceries, that we still had groceries, we still had food. Packets of food would arrive in our doorstep for the first time that we've never had it before. People would come to us with money and give us money and just say, "The Lord told us, impressed in our hearts to give you money." And so we were literally living by the grace of God for 3 weeks every single month until we paid it all off. It took us about a year, but not one day did we ever go hungry, including our teenagers that could eat quite a lot. And they never ever felt hungry or complained, even though we all knew, because we had all prayed and we were all aware of, the kids were aware of what was happening. And so then we realized that, that God was on our side, that He had come to help us. Even though we caused it ourselves in our lives, we caused all these problems, we realized God is there for us. He will never leave us and never forsake us.